Hello, everyone. Let me see if I'm live. I'm doing something a little different this morning. Hey, I can't see myself. That's awesome. I have my iPad over here, so I just want to make sure I can see things and hopefully I can so I can see comments. Let me turn it down. All right. So, welcome everybody. Happy Saturday. Thank you for being here. Let me know if you are here in the comments. I love chatting with you guys as we go through. So please let me know. Facebook's not showing it's live on my computer, but it's showing it's live on my iPad. So we'll see. But anyway, welcome. I have not done a Saturday self-care series in, I think it's been almost a year. I used to do them every Saturday morning. And it just got a lot with my schedule and everything. And so I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. So I changed it. But now we're back. So if you were here, please say hello in the comments. I would love to chat with you. Let me see if I'm going to say hello to myself and see if they're coming up. Let's see. I cannot see them in, we'll see if I can. I'm just going to say testing. Maybe. I hope that's working. Okay. If it's not, somebody let me know. All right. So this month, as you it's September, I'm jumping ahead. In August, we get a little bit more busy. We get a little bit more hectic. We get a little bit just the energy shifting around going back to school and things are shifting around all the things. And so, um, oh, good. Hi, Teresa. I see you that you're watching. Let me know that you can hear me and all the things since I'm using Zoom. If I need to hop off and get directly on Facebook, I can do that. Anyway, or if I'm breaking up, because on my iPad, I'm pausing big time. So if that's the case, let me know if I'm breaking up and I'll hop off real quick and get back on Facebook directly. Anyway. So I decided to do the self-care series for a couple of reasons. The main reason is going back to school, going back to the fall schedule or going to a fall schedule can get a little hectic. And sometimes what do? We get a little bit, um, we put ourselves next. Okay, I'm not going to say last because, and some of us do put ourselves last, especially when life gets busy. But I want to offer a little time for you to just think about giving yourself some space, which is why I called it make space for yourself again. I have my notes over here. I really dove into an outline, which is usually not me, but I did it anyway. So if I'm looking over, this is what I'm doing. But I wanted August to say, let's make some space for you again, or period. Maybe you haven't done it in a long time. And today we're going to talk specifically about tiny little ways that we've disappeared from ourselves. Okay. And I want to share this quote with you. I have no idea where I got it on the interwebs. I don't know who to attribute it to. So if you know, please feel free to put it in the comments. Um, it says, it doesn't happen all at once. You stop choosing yourself or doing things for yourself in tiny ways until you don't recognize you or your life anymore. And we lose ourselves with packed schedules, with social media. That's huge, huge. We lose ourselves because we are not only caregiving for our kids, maybe grandkids, but we're also potentially taking care of our parents and grandparents, right? So we got a lot going on. We got a lot going on. And so, oh, and the other thing we do as women is that we try to keep the peace a lot of the times. So whether that's between siblings, your kids, you and your sibling, parents, whatever. We try to keep the peace and we start tuning out our needs. We start tuning out our needs, which I am hoping for you to, with this, to sort of reframe and take August as and September, depending on when y'all go back to. Like right now, I'm in education, and so my friends' kids are going back to school. I go back in a few weeks, and so like it's just a different time. Maybe this is not a busy time for you, or maybe it's not until September, depending on where you live. But you get where I'm going. I'm applying. You can apply this to any busy time, right? But let me give you some examples of some things because you're like, well, I do what I need to do, and I think I'm good, and so I don't know that this is about me. Let me give you some, and it's just tiny things. It's little bitty tiny things that that we may not take for granted, or things that we might not think that we are dismissing ourselves. Let me give you some. I wrote some examples down, so here's some examples. Um, you, this is a big one. My therapist, when I had a therapist back in the day, really hated when I said this, but you say a lot, I'm fine, I'm good, when in reality, you're really not. Done it. I've done it. Um, Maybe you are missing something important to you, like a workout or taking time for meditation or a walk outside because someone else needed something, because someone else needed something. And so you said, I can do it tomorrow, when it could be, I can do it later. Maybe you were, like I said before, canceling your alone time. Maybe you're skipping meals, which is not my MO. My MO is to eat, which is not taking care of myself. And when I say eat, I mean like not so good things, right? For my body. So it could be either way. Maybe you're skipping meals, or maybe you're eating things that are not in your greatest and highest good. One that many of us do, including myself, is smiling through the burnout, smiling through the stress. And that's where it goes back to the I'm fine or I'm good. Okay. And I give you these little examples, and maybe you have some too. And if you do, please put them in the comments. For whatever reason, I'm not seeing any comments anymore. So I'm not sure what's going on. I hope I'm still alive. Since I am, so hopefully I am. Um, I give you all these examples because many times these little mini things start to add up, right? They've created this sort of snowball effect, and you sort of get numb to it. Just like, if you've been with me for a while, I really don't watch the news because one, I'm as an empath, I feel so much of everything. And also I want to be in the know, but I don't want to be in it all the time. But I could see where, and if social media is the same way, it's a snowball effect. You either get go down the rabbit hole, you get tied up with that, or you get immune to it. And I don't want to be either one, right? But that's what happens when we forget about ourselves. When we don't do the walk, we don't take the walk, or we don't do the workout, or we don't eat the best for us, and we tend to everybody else. We need a full cup, or at least a full-ish cup. I know it's hard as women to have a full cup, but I'll take a full-ish cup, right? So we can give to others, because typically we are nurturers, we are fixers, we're doers, and caregivers. So we've got to fill our cup. It's not that this, and I don't want you to feel like I'm saying you shouldn't do all these things. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying is we spin so many plates, have so many hats. If you have been with me, we talked about the I, as in who I am, that the titles and things have been given to me. I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm a cousin, I'm a niece, I'm a teacher, I'm all these things, and then who we are at our core. So we spend all these external plates of the things that we are on the outside, all these titles, all these jobs that we have, right? And so again, like I said, maybe you're the caretaker, maybe you're the doer, maybe you're the peacekeeper, maybe you're the dependable one. But again, all this depends on, or all this including all the other stuff that's going on. And sometimes we just have to choose. Do we do this or we take care of ourselves and we choose the other thing? So what I'm telling you is if you are questioning whether or not to give yourself and allow yourself some of that space, I'm here to say, give yourself some space. Give yourself some you time. Okay. My husband just went through a surgery, a shoulder surgery. That's very hard to say, by the way, if you've never had to say that quickly. Um, and I was so worried about taking care of him and making sure he was taken care of and he wasn't in pain and that he was had a sling on and all the things that he finally said, "Go. I'm fine. I'm propped up in the recliner. I'm fed. All the things are good. You need to take some time for you." Because and he knows I have to have my me time. So bless him for that. But that's what I'm saying. Let's bring it back to us. Let's start reclaiming some of that time and some of that space and some of that awareness just for us. And you don't have to make all these changes every right now, right? Just do something little for yourself, right? Because sometimes these distractions can be just a true disconnect, right? I don't know about you. My husband and I sit at night, watch TV. He's in the recliner. I'm on the couch, and we are sending each other memes on social media. We got the TV going. He's probably got a laptop in his lap. I probably have a laptop in mine, and I have a cell phone in my hand. And we're not texting. We're sending memes and stuff back to each videos. We can connect, right? So sometimes all we need is a little bit of connection, right? Teresa says, "I'm cranky if I don't get my me time." Amen, sister. Same here. I've got to have it quiet. I need some inward time. Inward time. That is so true. um, and just like it took us a while to ignore ourselves because it again we talk about the snowball, right? So it starts as little and it grows big. It's going to take us a little bit of time to go back to ourselves. So just do a little small step. And what would that look like? Okay. So maybe that is taking that walk for yourself, with yourself, by yourself. Maybe it is taking time to read your favorite, a new book that, that you just got, or your favorite book for that matter. I'm not a reader, so um, maybe you're watching your favorite TV show. Maybe you do cook yourself a healthy meal. Maybe you do call your best friend and go have a coffee, or just sit and just chat. Whatever that is, and it does not have to be a lot, right? Just little things throughout the day, and start choosing and putting yourself first-ish. Okay. Um, make the decision. Yes, I need to move my body. Yes, I need to drink my water. Yes, I need some me time for you, right? And that will start rippling out. So that listen, I have started this summer. I have been blessed to start this summer a new routine in the morning because I have a fur kid, and when he sees that sun come up, he sees light coming through that window, he's ready to go. He's ready. So I haven't had the opportunity in the last 7 years, he just turned 7 this year or this week, to get up and have a routine where I am can yoga, can meditate, can think, can have some quiet time. And so I made the conscious decision this summer that I was going to change my morning routine And I was going to get up, we were going to walk the dog, we were going to come back, and then I was going to do at least 15 minutes of yoga. That's all I said to myself. 15 minutes of yoga. Now I know, and y'all have heard me tell this story probably, that once I get on the mat, I'm going to be there longer than 15 minutes, and I know this. So what have I done? I have an alarm on my phone every night to put my yoga mat out and my yoga strap and everything. So it's all, I have no excuse. I have no excuse whatsoever that it's sitting in my floor. I've got to move it because I don't want to step on it during the day. So I put it out, right? So put it out the night before. I get up, we walk the dogs. I do 15 minutes of yoga, which usually ends up being way more than that. And then I journal, set my intention for the day. And I've started putting down the things that I'm thankful for. I do that at night already, but I've started putting it in there in the morning. And I close my eyes and I set a timer for 2 minutes. I close my eyes and I just sit. So technically, if I only did the 15 minutes of yoga and the other stuff, that would probably be 20 minutes tops of my morning, starting out, moving my body, getting centered, getting grounded, and setting the intention for the day. And it has made the world of difference. It's made the world of difference. I've started out thankful and grateful. I've moved my body. I've taken some deep breaths. I've sat on the ground and grounded, all the things. So that's the little thing that I've done this summer to change taking care of myself. So I invite you to this week to think about what little thing you can do for you, right? And once this post, I'm also going to put a couple of journal prompts. Y'all know I'm a journaler. Not everybody's a journaler. It's not an innate thing that everybody loves to do. So if you're not a journaler, that's fine. But I do want to offer, and I'm going to go ahead and say these questions now, but I'll put them in the questions later or in the comments later. One question is, what are 3 small ways you put your needs last this week? What are 3 small ways you put your needs last this week? So ask yourself that, and then ask yourself, what did you need instead? Okay. What did you need instead? So you put your needs off. Maybe it's being heard and seen. I needed to be heard and seen this week on this particular thing with this particular person. Maybe that's what you needed. That's okay. So write that down in your journal. Okay. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. Any comments about today? I want you to just think about yourself. This time is getting busy. And then you know how it goes. Have August and September, we're going back to school. Then October is the fall and all the fall things. Football season's in the midst of all that. Halloween, then basketball season starts at the end of November with Thanksgiving, all the holidays in December. So like, whoosh, it's going to, 2026 is going to be here before we know it. So how can you put yourself first this week? Small little steps. Maybe it's 5 minutes in a parking lot with the radio turned off, taking some deep breaths before you go pick up your kids from school. That is fine. That is fine. That is for you. Okay. I can't go without saying there's 2 awesome things that are going on with Balance Worthy. One, as you know, our Thursday night group session, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Um, it is a way to dive deeper into your healing. And we do emotional freedom technique or tapping, meditation, and journaling. These ladies are working hard and would love to have new faces join them. So please come join us. There's no long-term obligation and you can cancel anytime. They're doing the hard stuff and they will help support you in your healing, whatever that means for you. It's a great healing space to be in. The other thing that I'm so excited about that's happening in 2 months from tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, October 3rd through the 5th is the Women's Recharge Retreat. And we had our first retreat last year, and now we are year number 2. We have sound healing. We have yoga for all body abilities. We have nature. We have intentional craft. Sounds so childish, but it's so much fun. We had so much fun last year. I didn't know how it was going to go last year, and we absolutely loved doing the craft portion. Time to breathe, time to sit, time to do nothing, and it is a beautiful thing. And great food, great staff that take care of us. So if you were interested, I have not closed the payment option. The 3 payment option was supposed to end at midnight last night, and I forgot to schedule it. So I'm going to leave it open through tomorrow, the 3rd. So if you are still interested and want to get onto that 3 payment option, I will leave it open until the 3rd. After that, it will go down to a 2 payment option until September 1st. So if you have any questions about that, please let us know. It is a fabulous time. And there's lots of posts about it if you want to see other things. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate you so much. Next week we'll be back right here, 10 a.m. for week 2. And I hope you all have a great weekend and rest of your next week. See you soon.